Thank y'all for tuning in to Politics, Religion, and Whiskey, the Josh Terry podcast, brought to you by Raising Grace Studios. Today, I got Miss Kori Spires coming in with me. She's kind of a Hellcat. She gets on my damn nerves, but she's cool. She came in and she did a velvet session for us last night, and she's got a new song coming out soon, so we decided to get together and do a podcast and talk a little trash for an hour or so.
Yep.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I can't complain. We just got to get you to cheer up and quit being.
Oh my gosh, cheer up! You're the one who hates me. You just
I
called
don't
me a
hate you.
Hellcat.
I just honestly think there's a good bit of people probably like me that kind of think you're bitchy.
A lot of people do think I'm bitchy. I guess it's just because the way I carry myself, or just the way that I don't know. I don't mean to portray to be a bitch.
No, it's RBF. I think a bunch of it.
RBF.
I think it's a bunch of it to do with resting bitch face.
Probably. I mean, I know. Like, I'll watch videos of myself and like, wow,
Yeah.
I look like horrible.
Yeah, see, I'm just not scared of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a lot of people feel that way. But
A lot of people are intimidated by me. I really don't know why. Probably because I'm tall and blonde.
I don't think that's got anything to do with it. I think you. I don't know. You're probably a lot like me. I
Yeah.
rub a lot of people the wrong way, and they want to say it's cocky or arrogant or whatever. I'm just confident.
Yeah.
I'm extremely confident in myself, and I don't. I feel like confidence oozes, and
Yeah.
people either pick up on it or they don't.
Yeah.
And
A
the
lot
ones
of
that
times
do
though.
that aren't confident,
Uh-huh.
there's probably people who don't like me and you.
Yeah, I'm not confident though. Like I'm not confident in myself. I may come off as confident or cocky, but I'm really not confident. I have a lot of self-confidence issues, and a lot of people don't. Whenever I come forward about that kind of stuff, a lot of people they're like, "Oh, like I would have never guessed. Like you seem so confident. Like, oh, you're so pretty, blah blah blah." Like, no, I literally everyone has things they don't like about themselves.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people, I mean, if you're like me, like I hate myself. A lot of people hate themselves, but they just don't.
But why do you
Come off
hate
as
yourself
that.
though? I mean, everybody's got their own reasons.
It stems from like a lot in my childhood. I've always like been kind of out there, like outgoing. I did beauty pageants. I was on a reality
That's
TV
probably
show.
what's fucking wrong with you.
I did beauty pageants.
Honey Boo Boo, right?
No.
That was
you? No, I actually did compete against Honey Boo Boo.
No shit.
I did, yeah, when I was younger. Well, I mean, not like against her for like the grand stuff, like the big prizes, but she was in age groups way younger than I was because she
I was
is way
going to
younger
say,
than me.
I was just sitting here thinking to
Yeah,
myself how
no.
long ago Honey Boo Boo was.
Yeah, she was way younger than I was, and like I seen all that, all her TV show being filmed, and a lot of it beauty pageants are a great thing, but then they're a bad thing because
I think they're the worst thing in the world.
it can help your confidence, but it can also break you down. Like,
Well,
because it makes you feel like you're not enough, and you're like, oh, well, if I did this right, like, would have won this day. But it also teaches you a life lesson, like, you never know what people are looking for, and all because you're not it this day doesn't mean you're not going to be it the next day.
well,
So keep doing what you're doing.
I like
you know?
anything with children that is competition.
Yeah.
Because you have to learn how to lose.
Oh yeah, it's like
learn-
a sport. It's
yeah.
very much like a sport, and a
That's
lot of
the
people
only
don't
thing
look at it like
about
that.
it. That's the only thing about it that I even kind of like
Mm-hmm.
about it. But I think it teaches girls to wear makeup and get dressed up too much at a young age. I think it teaches you that you have to have these expensive dresses, this expensive hair, all this
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
to be beautiful. That's why I don't like it, and I also just find them extremely creepy. That that we put children up against one another at such a young
Yeah.
age and be like, okay, she's prettier than you.
Oh, it does. It hurts.
It's
It messes
got
with
to.
your mind.
It's got
yeah.
to. I can like with sports. I grew up playing sports, which
Mm-hmm.
most of us did, but it's to me. I think that competition it drives you,
Yeah.
and like it makes you want to be so much better. Me, if I go 0 for 5 in a t-ball game or whatever coach
Yeah.
pitch, I'm gonna be in the batting cages. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
what I push my daughter to be like. But I feel like with a beauty pageant, how do you really improve at a young age on those things? Like if you don't think you're pretty enough or you don't think you're good enough, how do you improve and get better besides for just getting your parents to spend more money or
Oh
whatever?
yeah. Definitely money. I mean, because I did the ones where it's like toddlers and tiaras, like fake hair, fake teeth, like fake tan, fake eyelashes.
But then it's just a fake event, though.
Yeah, I know.
It's really stupid to me. I just don't. I will never understand the concept.
I'm really supportive of like the systems that are like the more natural, like the UNM. They're way more natural. They don't really.
But
They want you to be like you,
Yeah.
but
But
No,
even then, it's
it's
probably
really
like a
messed
fine
up
line.
in
yeah,
ways,
I mean,
yeah.
it's probably the person who can get close enough to cheating without cheating.
I would not tell someone to put their child in a beauty pageant. Like, if you think your child can't take it, like, don't.
I tell people all the time
it can
not to
either
do it.
make you or break you. Which, I mean, that's anything in life can make you or break you.
But it's not something that you can improve on.
Oh, yeah.
A sport you can improve on. If you grow up racing go-karts, you can improve on it. You can get better.
It's like you do the best you can do, and you may get.
Yeah,
you may win this day, you may lose the next day. I mean, it's just kind of hit or miss.
That just doesn't. I just don't. I don't see the. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. And then I am big on murdering all pedophiles.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And this is like a breeding ground for pedophiles.
Oh, it
to me.
can be. Yeah.
I
mean, anything can be
I'm
these days.
super excited that as of yesterday too, and I never saw it. I just saw the outrage over it. But Netflix came out with this thing called Cuties.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And there's lawsuits being filed against Netflix and everything now.
Also, if you watch one of my favorite shows growing up, because I did competition dance and then I did beauty pageants, and then that stemmed into really like my singing career. I've sang my whole life, but I didn't want to be like a basic little pageant girl and clog like everybody else in South Georgia. So I was like, I'll sing. Like, I'll do something different because I've always wanted to stand out, be different, and like not be like everybody else.
If I was your manager, I told the girls last night after we got done, because I was super impressed by you.
Thank you.
You said the comment last night while we was all in here messing around, and it was like, Josh talks a lot of shit, but he's never even came to see me.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was coming to see a basic-ass white girl come sing.
Mm-hmm.
You really not, like, you kind of gave me a whirl last night. Like, I'll be real with you. I was super impressed. I see why your boyfriend, why he follows you around.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, whatever.
No boyfriend.
We can't pick on people that nobody knows, so
Oh
it would be pointless telling that story. But no, you've got something. Like
Thank you.
I think you've got like this raw, nasty talent, and
I feel like people hate me for it. Honestly,
I think you've been fine-tuned too much, though. I think where you succeed, and I showed the girls in here after you left last night, I showed them some stuff that if I was managing you, which I don't manage musicians, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I would push you into doing something else. One thing from coming from working in country music to what I do now is you get to see the same repetitive thing over and over, especially with women in country music. Men usually find a way to recreate themselves. Miranda Lambert has recreated herself several times in music, and if you think about it, she's about the only woman I know in country music that has constantly done different stuff that has worked for her.
Still trying to be relevant.
Yeah, Carrie Underwood.
I mean, and I'm all supportive for women, but you got to switch it up because I mean, a lot of people think it's not harder for women, but it is.
Oh no, it's way harder.
It is way harder.
That's the point I'm getting to.
Yeah.
Is with women in music, it's very easy for a man to do something different and it work. But women, it's almost where if you're a Nashville exec, you're looking for a certain mold. You're looking,
on you.
Yeah, you're looking for a certain mold to where you want that person to fit that mold. If they don't fit that mold, it doesn't matter how. I got a friend in Nashville. Her name's Dominique Hutchinson.
Yeah, I know her.
She's one of my. I fucking love her. She's a badass.
She's been doing shows with my friend Ryan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
She's just a badass. She's covered in tattoos, black hair.
Yeah.
She's gone through this weight loss process past year or two. She looks amazing. To me, that is super talented. She's so good. And the fact you see what she does now, I mean, she has steady shows every week. She's one of the few people I know that does 5 or 6 shows a week in Nashville or wherever.
Yeah.
But
especially right now, everything's shut down.
But the record executives, like, they pay her no attention because she doesn't fit the mold. And to me, that's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like even Kelly Clarkson. You can tell.
You don't like Kelly Clarkson?
No, I love Kelly Clarkson.
I was about to say, she's like America's sweetheart.
I absolutely love Kelly.
her.
I don't like it when the media and everything gives her shit from going from In Shape to what they consider overweight.
I mean, oh my God, that's live.
I know, and it's bullshit. But if you watch her career though, and like you look outside the box, is when she does gain that weight.
To me, she seems so much happier.
She seems happier.
Yeah.
But you're not hearing music from her at the time. So it's like, unless even in the times like that, if you don't fit into that mold, they don't pay you no attention.
Yeah, I mean, she has so much going for her right now. They like with the Kelly Clarkson show.
Oh yeah,
she has that, and then she's started being a voice on a judge on The Voice, and like she has so much going for her.
No, she's just a complete badass.
She is.
I love
definitely.
Kelly Clarkson. I've promise you, I've got drunk and sang that one song. Is it Fighter or Stronger?
That's Christina Aguilera.
No, not that one. Not the one where I know which one. No, it's a Kelly Clarkson song.
Are you talking about like Breakaway or something?
No. But
okay,
no,
you're gonna have to pull it up now.
I am. I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
This is actually a point in the show to where, in the future, if you're listening to us right now, that we will have the stuff that we're talking about pulled up on YouTube and everything. While that'll be part of the show. So if you're trying to figure out what fuck, it's Stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that's what it was called. But we would get to pull up and you see it firsthand.
Okay.
But no, like with you, if I was your manager, I'd make you sing some shit that you'd never in a million years think about singing.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
I'm gonna prove a point to you when you ain't got shit going on one day.
Oh my gosh.
Muddy, like I'm a country boy, but
Yeah.
blues music is my favorite music in the world.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I'm obsessed with blues music.
Yeah.
And if you were to do some Aretha, or you was to do some Janis Joplin,
I do Janis Joplin.
do it the way she does it. I think that you have the same because I heard it last night. I heard that nasty ass like, and it was the best part of you singing last night to me. Which all of it was good, by the way. Every bit of it was good. But when you did that, all I could think about is, you know what? Janice used to catch shit because that's all she did. She always sounded like she had smoked 12 packs of cigarettes before she went and performed.
See, and I don't smoke at all.
But that was just her voice.
Yeah, that was just who she was.
Like how I was telling you last night when you sang Angel from Montgomery.
Yeah.
And when you say Montgomery, you say it so fucking
know.
proper.
I know.
If you'll get, which I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You took like vocal lessons and stuff, right?
I did,
Okay.
yeah. Whenever I was first starting out, but
Yeah.
that's one thing that was mainly drilled into me because
Oh,
I
yeah,
do
that-
have such a country accent.
Yeah.
Like some things I say, you cannot understand
I've
heck I'm saying. I'm like, oh my god,
No,
I
like-
need to try to pronunciate that because I sound like a
You like Tyler
like a
Childers and
hick.
stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I sound like a hick.
Listen to him when he like says flowers. And
Flowers.
Yeah, like stuff like that. He throws his accent into it, and he doesn't go overboard with it. Like with you, I think there's just something really raw right there that somebody's going to tap into it and knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Don't ever try to do
Thank
that.
you.
Well, I was super surprised by your set list when you came in here. Anyway, I knew what I was fixing to hear. I was like, she's gonna do some Carrie.
No.
She's gonna do some fucking Strawberry Wine.
No, and I'm sorry, I hate that song. I do not like the song Strawberry Wine because every single little basic country
Oh yeah.
girl who wants to be a singer sings Strawberry Wine. And I refuse to sing that
You're-
song.
you're-
I don't even know the words to that
You're
song.
getting more and more of my attention right now because I
like Gunpowder
love-
Lead, I don't know any of the words to Gunpowder
I
Lead.
absolutely
I'm sorry.
love Strawberry Wine, but I tell you who I like hearing sing it is usually when a man sings it because
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
different.
played out the other way.
I know.
Sam Hunt of all assholes has a version of it, and it's a lot. He only does it live, so it's just kind of a shit recording to pull up, but it's so good
Yeah.
because you haven't heard it that way before. Strawberry Wine is one of those songs that should never have ever been attempted by every country girl ever to sing. Like it's just one of those like fancy. Not many people do fancy.
A lot of people request Serenity Fancy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, there's no sense in it because it's like
know.
it would be like me going to fucking paint something next to the Mona Lisa.
I know.
You can't outpaint it.
That's what I say. Like a lot of times, I'm like, that's a song for Reba to do. And
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Reba's song. I mean, that's her song.
Yeah, but there's nobody's version of those songs
Oh yeah.
that even comes
Yeah.
close to it. I mean, covers. When I was looking up covers in here last night of Janis Joplin and everything, "Son of a Preacher Man" and stuff like that, I was thinking if Kori,
Dusty Springfield.
yeah, I was like, if Dusty, you messed me up. If Kori got a hold of that, and she put some ras,
I've been working on that song, believe it or not, with my band.
That
Yeah.
is, which you came in here with Fleetwood Mac. You came in here with Band of Heathens last
Right.
night.
I'm obsessed with Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah. Oh, Stevie Nicks
I'm
is one of the most
obsessed
beautiful
with her.
women. Oh yeah. I'm same.
People come to me all the time. They're like, I was playing in Cordial at Cypress Grill last weekend, and this guy came up to me, and he had a little bit too much to drink. He come up there,
It happens.
stuck his phone in my ear because it was just an acoustic, so like you can come up, talk to us, whatever you want to do. sticks in my ear. He's like, "Is that you?" And it was Dreams.
Yeah.
He was playing Dreams by Stevie Nicks, and he's like, "You sound just like her." And I'm like, "No, I don't. No, please don't say that." I'm like, "Cause she is way better than I am." I was like, "But thank you, though."
But when somebody does that, I know you take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
But you sound like y'all could play in the same ballpark together.
Yeah.
But also, too, there's probably some songs that you can sing very well that she can't.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie hit her niche and rolled with it. I mean,
definitely.
There's a lot of shit that she probably can't sing.
I love her.
There's not many people.
I love her.
There's not many people that just can sing any genre of music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Stevie Nicks, I probably don't think she can do upbeat country.
Yeah.
I don't. I think you.
To me, she is like her own genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's exactly her and Fleetwood Mac, whether she was solo or with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there. That's their own brand.
I mean, because if you look, before her and Lindsay even joined the band, like, Fleetwood Mac was something totally different.
Yeah.
It was like what everybody else was doing, like, back then, like 60s, whatever. But whenever they joined, it just became like what you know as Fleetwood Mac, because she made Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. I mean, I love all of them, but
see, I think with you, what I would want to see is I want to see a guy standing next to you on stage, and you still being lead, of course, but somebody like the fella that you were messaging last night while you were here, my buddy Tyler Branch, somebody like him that is so talented. It's where if y'all were up on stage together, kind of throwing the lyrics back and forth to one another, you would see some fire. Like, you would see something so just out there that it would be grown. Don't be getting shy now.
no, I'm not. I've said that so many times, but someone won't listen to me.
No.
So, there you go.
No. Who, Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh, you let me talk to that big dumb asshole.
Oh
When he gets back from New York, I have got so many people. Because one thing I cannot stand is I do not like seeing musicians
I love him. Great
kind of go off
Yeah.
and have to do something else. I understand why, like, he has to do something else. If you're not making money at the time, you're not making money.
I mean, I run a boutique during the day.
Exactly. So, you got to do something.
Yeah. And it's really good for my brand, too.
Yeah. But with him, I think that dude is so fucking talented.
I told him that last night.
That
I was like,
stupid.
You don't understand.
Him and another fella wrote this song that I've got on my Dropbox. And I made him when he came into the studios at Y96 when I was working there. I
know
made
what song
him record
you're
it.
talking about.
And it was it's the one about it's got King James in it. It's oh shit, I can't remember it for the life of me.
Someone sent it to me. Yeah.
But it is one of the best wrote songs I have ever heard. And when you hear this asshole do it, you're like, dude, if I had a recording studio, I'd have you drunk in there right now with me, and we'd lay it down.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the cool things that's going to be about here over the next year, is we're going to have a recording studio. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to be, I
got somebody I need to hook you up with, Mr. Chuck Hutchison.
He already been here.
Yeah, okay.
Chuck came here.
That's my bud.
Me and, he's probably, hopefully, somebody that we're going to be working with.
Yeah, awesome.
He's the one who hooked me up with David McMahon.
Yeah.
And so I hope. Cause
that's like 2 blocks away from my house. It's like, hey, yeah.
Well, one thing that I'm hoping to do is when country music exploded back in the 70s and 80s, and because you had all these outlaws and shit together, one reason why a bunch of their stories are entangled is because they were around the same shit. Like they were always drunk, recording, hanging out. They were boys and everything, right? So that's one reason why I've set up the stuff that I've set up here and picked the place that I picked. Because I'm eventually going to try to have to where, like, me and you sitting here at the table, you drinking a couple of drinks, me drinking a couple of drinks, and I'm like, hey, I got somebody I got to introduce you to, somebody you don't know. But hey, let's all have a couple of drinks, let's pull out a pen and paper, and let's bullshit. If anybody comes up with a good idea, we're right here.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll do a raw fucking version of it. Good demo. Because I can't play music. But, like writing poetry, I sit down.
I can write and sing, but I can't play.
See, I can't sing. Trust me, it would. I am under the assumption that the good Lord made me where I cannot sing for a reason. And
you're a good shit talker, though.
Well, that pays certain bills, but I'd much rather them pay other ones. I'd much be able to sing. But anyway, so I want it to be where how you had Music Row back in the the 60s, 70s, and all that stuff coming up. Right here, Central Georgia has so many good musicians.
Oh, seriously?
So many good musicians, and they don't ever get a chance to write or be around the right people.
Yeah.
Well, I want to kind of give people a space to where we can create, because I'm all about creating shit. That's like the Velvet Sessions.
You're gonna have the South Georgia Hype House right here.
That's what I want it to be. I want it to be even like the folks that you're working with right now. I don't care for the country rap stuff, but I respect the shit out of their hustle, out of their work, out of their grind. They probably won't remember the story, but the Lax. I met them at an event with Nate Kenyon, and we got to talking or whatever. Dude was extremely nice, super fucking cool cat.
Yeah.
And he was asking me, what I thought of the music, and I was like, "Dude, y'all get the crowd hyped. I mean, y'all are killing it." I said, "Just with me, I like different country. I like kind of bluegrassy stuff." I said, "It's just not for me. I don't think it's horrible by any means, but it's just not for me." And the dude was like, "Look," he said, "I grew up listening to country music." He said, "If I could sing, I'd sing." He said, "This is the way I get my message out."
Yeah.
That day forward,
I've
got the utmost respect for that. And ever since then, if there was something I could do, as far as working at the station I was working at before, promoting them, I didn't mind. And I still don't mind. I hope to one day, because we have a bunch of mutual friends, to where we can all get together someday.
Yeah.
And
I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but there is people I
think though with me,
yeah,
I had the wrong impression of you. I like you a whole lot more now than I did 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
Because you didn't come in here being basic.
Yeah.
There was a woman that I was friends with. I'm still friends with. I thank the world of her.
Yeah.
But she's a recording artist, and I let her listen to. She always does Strawberry Wine, and I let her listen to Sam Hunt's version of it. And I was like, "Look, if I got a hold of you, and you were gonna do, a version of a song like that, do the male version of it. Don't try to go note
That's
for
my
note
thing.
with Dina
I do
Carter.
a lot of male songs.
Yeah.
Like mainly.
I know.
Just
when
because
you
that's
did
just what...
when you did Band of Heathens last night, bitch, you killed it.
Thank you.
I mean, you really did.
Thank you.
I mean, it was just where I was. For that to be your first one, and shout out to the boys from Had Nation that were in here last night. It's a sports podcast that we're going to have going here with Raising Grace Studio real soon. And they were blown away. Like, really? All three of them were standing over in the corner, and they were like one of them walks up to me, and they're like, "You're going to be rich." He was like, "If this is the stuff that you're putting on here, you're going to be rich." And I was like, "I've got a lot of plans for this." And I believe if I pick the right artist, I was iffy about having you come in. And if you would have came in and you'd have done some basic shit, I probably would have.
See you later, bye.
I would have been like that.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, this isn't what I'm trying to push here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like country music in the past 10, 15 years has turned to pop. And now,
I agree.
And now I feel like it's taking that turn, though. I thought it was going to happen with Chris Stapleton. And it opened the door for Luke Combs and some more folks, Morgan Wallen and all these other guys to come in. But now you see a whole lot more folks that like Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson, folks like that, Colby Cooper, Co Wetzel's fucking killing it. And so it's like, I feel like if you take a hold of what's coming and you don't try to do what's current, because you're young. Everybody's got to pay their dues.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. I mean, you can see some of the American Idol winners. They were young. They went and did everything they asked them to do, and then as soon as the show over, you never heard from them again. So you got to pay your dues. I think music has. I don't want anybody to take this wrong. I think music has gods. I think there's people up there that are watching over each genre of music. And I feel like they do not give you their blessing until you have done some shit in music. And those shows are Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood, the biggest ones that came off of them.
Yeah.
And the rest of them, I mean, I'm sure there's some other good ones. Kelly Pickler, I was always a big fan
A lot of
her.
the people who didn't win, though, honestly, a lot of people don't realize when you go on these shows like this, there's a lot of fine print in these contracts. Trust me, I've seen them. I've tried out for The Voice twice, tried out for American Idol. Like, I've done it. But there's a lot of fine print, and you're better off. If you just get, like, on there for a few episodes and people hear you sing, you are so much better off.
Well, they probably own a bunch of your rights and everything.
They do, and that's a lot of the reasons I backed out with American Idol. Like, I sent in my thing, and I was like, no, because I've spent all this blood, sweat, and tears writing this music, so why should I let you own it?
Well, I think with that
can't
too.
Go make my own money and do this. Like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I think with that too, you probably are super blessed that you didn't go through with it.
Oh yeah.
Because I think
and like I didn't even make it past the open calls.
I think
for
they would have tried to mold you.
Yeah.
I think they would have tried to change you. I think the stuff that I was sitting there telling you why I didn't like you beforehand. I think that's what they would have tried to turn you into.
Yeah.
In my mind, you should probably be grateful that you fucking didn't get no farther.
Oh, I am.
Because what happened in there last night I'm telling you, there's something. I wish I was better at describing to somebody what I hear. And I mean, I can probably go back and show you the video, but there's a couple times where it's a complete fucking attention grabber. One thing you can always do as a musician, and I've heard a lot of my buddies say this, is when you're finna play a song that's an emotional song, and you know that you're fixing to get hyped up in it, look around the room while you're singing, and when you see somebody turn their head to say something to somebody else, they're like, shit, this bitch is bad. And that's what happened like in there last night is if it wasn't me turning my head to say something to the podcast guys because they had never heard you before about, damn, did you hear that? It was them turning their head to me, saying it to me.
Yeah.
You hit home runs in there last night. But that was not what I thought it was going to be.
And
I'm glad.
I changed your view on me.
Well, with us booking concerts and stuff, I knew from what people had told me you were good. But also, I have a stigma with female singers.
A lot of people hate females.
I love them. No, I listen to just as much. One of the favorite things for me to listen to is Aretha Franklin. Like, I will turn Aretha on and I'll fucking ride out for a day or two listening to it. And so I've got nothing against female singers.
Yeah.
But I get tired of hearing the same shit that I know that somebody's pushing them to say or sing about. And I was figuring that's what you were. I was figuring everything was a stupid boy love song, Taylor Swift type of shit. With you shooting that music video tonight, I can't wait to hear it now.
Yeah,
like, I wasn't.
Well, I mean, that is kind of like a boy song. It's actually my buddy David McMahon. He told me a story about something that he had been through, and I wrote a song about it.
Well, if he had anything to do with it, it's.
Yeah, I wrote a song about it. Yeah,
the idea of the basis of the story.
Yeah, he told me about it. I wrote it off something he told me about, and I was like, okay. But I mean, the name of the song is "Cheers to No Regrets." I haven't even put that out there yet. It's called "Cheers to No Regrets."
Well,
it's
this
pretty
will
much
come out
like the
on
little
Friday, so this will come out on Friday.
Okay,
so
yeah.
You'll have a chance to release your stuff first.
We haven't set like a release date for it yet, but just with underlying things about YouTube pages, blah blah blah. So yeah, song's called "Cheers to No Regrets." It's pretty much like a party song. In the studio, whenever they're like, "Oh my God," they're like, "This sounds like you're the female Luke Combs."
I am gonna take.
And I was like, "Oh no, don't call me female Luke Combs. I'm Kori."
I love Luke Combs. Now, don't.
Yeah.
Luke Combs sing the funky phone book.
Oh yeah.
But also Luke Combs.
I'm talking about like songwriting styles.
Luke Combs he's rare.
Oh yeah.
He's super
definitely.
rare to where he appeals to I think
everybody.
But I'll tell you, this is what you need to do. There's a place in Macon. It is called Grant's Lounge.
Oh yeah, I've been to Grant's.
Grant's Lounge is the only historic bar that is in Macon. It used to be where the Allman Brothers, Little Richard. I mean, it's fucking smaller than my studio. I mean, it's tiny.
Oh, I know it. I go to Grant's, like, dude.
Well, I'm saying they have a night, and I can't remember.
Open mic. It's Monday.
Well,
is it Monday or Wednesday?
The one I used to go all the time is Wednesdays. It's Wednesdays and Sundays, I think. But they have these musicians that come in, and they look homeless. It looks like they walked in off the street with just their instrument they've had to pawn 800 times because they didn't have any money, and they fucking just get up there, and your jaw drops.
Dude, look at Tyler Childers. Like, I seen videos of him the other day that just went
Oh
viral.
yeah.
And like, no offense, Tyler Childers, if you ever hear this, but like, dude, you look homeless. Like, seriously.
Yeah, but with him though, that was just he's from East Kentucky or Kentucky.
Oh, I know.
And he
That's
doesn't
like
give
normal.
a fuck. Yeah, he don't,
Yeah.
that's how they dress there. He just don't. He
Yeah.
gives 0 fucks.
Yeah.
When I got to see him and Sturgill Simpson in March before COVID hit in Atlanta, and it's the best concert I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I bet.
By far is so fucking phenomenal. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But the musicians I'm talking about at Grant's are literally, they've been homeless at some point.
Oh, I know.
It looks like, and everyone that I've ever got a chance to talk to, back in probably the 70s, Macon was like a hub for
Oh my God! All my brothers smell like Hatchet. Like, that's where they're born.
But it was like Otis Redding's family
Yeah.
there. I mean, everybody that really good musicians. It was a great place for blues and southern rock.
Oh, definitely.
And
that's like Capricorn's prime.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's nothing but great musicians out of Macon at the point. And it looks like a bunch of these folks were people that came to Macon with their life savings or whatever, and they thought this was the place to be, like how folks think
Macon was the Nashville.
It was the Nashville of Southern rock and blues. And I feel like a bunch of those guys are still here. Mm-hmm. And it's guys that had to take a job they didn't want to take and whatever, but that one night a week, they get to go in there and they get to go back to the 70s and fucking just go ham.
Dude, I love the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's
love the 70s.
Everything that I'm doing from now on is I love Velvet. I love
You would probably kill me. I have a rounded bed, like a round bed that's like mustard yellow. I bought it at the Goodwill.
That's cool.
Like, you would kill kill for that.
That's dope.
Like, all my stuff is 70s. Like, literally.
Cool.
They're like, you look like you're like one acid drop away from being a hippie. And I'm like,
you
well,
should be.
I will. I don't do acid, but
I don't
whatever.
do it because I'm scared, but everything that I've ever heard from you're an entertainer.
Yeah.
You're not where you want to be yet. I'm not where I want to be yet, but you're an entertainer. And all the people that are comedians, that are writers, that are whatever, they're fucking weird and they're different and they're out there. And a lot of them do psychedelics.
Oh, I know.
Because it opens you up.
Do you ever think that like psychedelics are illegal because it makes you see real life?
If you go,
have you ever thought about that? Are you into conspiracy theories?
Oh yeah, I'm super big into
me
conspiracy.
too.
If you go back and you, there's several books that's been wrote from people that's gotten out of the CIA, or they say that they've gotten out of the CIA, and they'll tell you about the stuff that they were doing in the 60s and 70s. I'm trying my best to recall the name of this book, but this dude, it goes into where they were giving people that came to whorehouses psychedelics, and they wanted to see how it would do it. So the CIA owned prostitution houses. And they would give drugs to these individuals, and they wanted to see the effects it had on them, long term, short term, if they could control them and all this type of stuff. I think with psychedelics, I don't think it shows you the real world, but I think that it shows you that you don't need a lot of shit.
Like, have you seen these conspiracy theories? It's like, oh, like, life is just a simulation, like, the government controls everything. And
but...
Let's talk about the lizard people. Have you seen that?
Yes, I don't
Oh my gosh.
I believe
oh my gosh.
I believe that
I get into it.
I believe that there is a cabal. I believe that there is a group of extremely rich people that run this world.
I'm not trying to die. Y'all don't come after me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. If y'all do, then you know that this shit's real. But no, I believe there's a group of individuals that throughout time have been the most wealthy people.
Oh, yeah,
and I believe they make the decisions for everybody. I mean, you have like 3 or 4 families that own the banks, that own all the banks in the world. So it's like, okay, if this is all the money, then the money rules everything anyway. So, like, I do think there's something high. I don't think they're lizard people. I just think they're the wealthiest.
Lizard people.
I just think they're the wealthiest people of all time.
Yeah.
And they run everything. And I think that's one reason why they hate our president. All these groups hate our president.
I feel like everybody hates Trump because he knows, like, he's been there. He's been in Hollywood. He knows all this. Like, he's going to expose the hell out of these people.
I believe, like, in the QAnon and all that stuff. I say I believe in it. There's a good bit that I believe in. The time travel shit with all that kind of...
Whoa, The Simpsons time travel. Whoa. Okay. Oh, my gosh.
That's weird, but I don't understand how they always get it.
Yeah.
But also, too, they've done more episodes than any other show ever.
Every single thing that happened in that show has come true.
But when
except for Trump dying. Have you seen that one?
But
yeah.
With 1% of everything, like 1% of stuff coming true in that show, you have 99 that didn't. 99%.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like.
But it still makes you wonder, like,
it does.
How did they know that this is going to happen?
Well, at the time.
I think he's a time traveler. I think the writer of the show is
I don't think he's time travel. I think that
he's just really psychic.
I think that he's somebody that might be in tune, open-minded to other
Maybe
shit.
He's dropping psychedelics.
Maybe
Who knows?
he is. He probably is.
Probably.
That's why.
I mean, how could you come up with a show with like animated yellow people and all this other stuff?
Well, I mean, you probably thought of shit that would work. That's with a lot of people. With a lot of people, with us that are creative, that don't fit into a bubble. Even before, when I didn't know what to think about you, I didn't think you fit into a bubble. You could just tell.
I was just there. I'm just Kori.
And with me, I don't want to fit in. So by me not wanting to fit in, I have to see different perspectives on stuff. I have to try to see the real picture. I don't like just doing what I'm told or believing what I'm told to believe.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get into stuff. I want to dive deep into it. And I think with even like the Simpsons stuff, I think that it's a coincidence because if it was something real, I think it would happen more. I think that I think this guy got right a couple times on a guess, on a prediction. Because let's be
So
real.
You're saying he just won lucky duck?
Yeah,
and he's just,
he just got lucky.
Yeah.
But if you wrote, or whoever it is, because there's several writers, I mean, if you write about something long enough, something there's going to come true. They thought the world was going to end in 2012.
Because, like, how many seasons are there of The Simpsons?
See, I'm 33 years old. It's been on since I was born.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of episodes.
I know.
So
and it just ended in 2020. They quit writing for The Simpsons.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Am
I crazy? Yeah, I think that happened.
I don't know. I don't know if they did or not.
You need to get like a Google in here so we can be like, okay, Google.
Well, that's what
happened?
That's what the engineers back there for.
Okay, Google that. Okay, she said I'm on it.
All right, you Google that.
Did The Simpsons end in 2020?
Yes, exactly.
And they're saying, like, since The Simpsons end, like, the world's going to end. Boom!
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, I know.
That just ruined my day. I had no idea.
Well,
shit.
Let's have a nice year.
Fuck, it's been the worst year ever anyway, so fuck
I know.
Yeah, well, if you're into conspiracies and shit, if you have not looked up the QAnon stuff and the fall of cabal.
Oh, I have.
Oh, my God. Like, I made one of the things when the girls first got hired here, like, one day we was all having a couple drinks and everybody getting to know one another.
Yeah.
I made them start watching some of it. And then, like, some of them went home and finished it.
It makes you sit there and you're like, is my life a lie?
Well, I think we're all given free will.
Yeah,
but
I
we're
believe
also
that.
kept into. They don't ever want to say that we live in a caste system, but so many of us are still in the same situations that our families were in.
Yeah.
And in my mind, that's where I start getting pissy towards our government and think that there's more to it.
Yeah.
It's a very small percentage that ever breaks out of the landscape of what their families have.
Yes.
If you're a broke ass farmer 30 years ago, then your son's probably gonna be a broke ass farmer the rest of his life if he stays in it. If it's just rare. Like my family, they did drywall. They still do drywall. They've never been rich. I'm not well off by any means.
My families were farmers.
Yeah,
my dad
so
works at Georgia Power. My mom owns a flower shop.
I think that we are programmed in a way to where those jobs have to be done, and they don't want just people coming in, a new generation of people coming in or whatever. They want you to stay in your lane. I think that's what our government does, without saying it, is they want you to stay in your lane, do your job. That way they know that job is always filled. Because one of the things that nobody will ever fucking understand is this world needs ditch diggers just as much as they need brain surgeons.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Without one, you don't have the other. I mean, it's a wildfire
balance.
effect. And I mean, that's even like with our legal system. Yeah. Our legal system is fucking designed to keep people coming back to jail over and over and over and over again. And
see, a lot of the times I watch all these like prison shows, like the all women's prisons, and like it's like I forgot the name of one. It was on like Lifetime. It didn't last long. They're like they had the pregnancy program in prison.
Yeah.
But they would get out with their baby, but then they would end right back in prison. One thing I don't understand is, like, you don't want them to go down the same path, and, like, you're trying to teach them right. Why don't you give them more resources while they're in there so that they could not end up back where they were?
Because the term correctional system is the biggest fucking joke ever.
Yeah.
As someone at 19...
And I feel like we're just paying our taxes just so they can sit around and play on their little iPads and everything else. But
there's a lot to it, because, like, at 19, I had to serve 2 months for a DUI at a rehab detention center.
Yeah.
And at 19 years old, you would figure that with the path that I was going down, that there would be some type of program
to make you say, hey.
To make you do something else. Be like, hey, go in this direction. Well, there wasn't. And I did my 60 days, got the fuck out of there. Well, then I got in trouble while I was on probation for the DUI for, I don't even remember what the hell it was, but I had to go back to the same rehab detention center for 90 days.
Yeah.
So, altogether, like 5 months in like 3 or 4 year span. But when you're there, all you're taught is what fucking bad shit to do and how to get away with it. Like, they never, ever show you a skill. And when they do start teaching people, like, to have a college education or whatever, that's in, like, maximum security prisons where people are going to serve 20-something years.
Yeah.
Why not help the ones that's there for a short period of time so when they get out they don't reoffend? It's because they want you to fucking reoffend. It's all money. Prisons make money. Probation makes money.
Oh, everything in life's a business.
Money. I mean, that's all it is. They want you to reoffend. They don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
I got lucky because I put myself in some bad situations to where I moved on from it. But even then, moving on from it, you have a stigma for such a long time. Yeah. It's been 12 plus years since I've been in any type of trouble. And besides for drinking, thank you. I probably should have been arrested several times for dumb shit.
Let's not talk about that.
But I was
don't expose yourself.
Statute of limitations. That's good and gone. but no, like I really feel like they don't give a shit. Like they don't. I changed because I didn't want that life. I didn't want to. But we have certain cultures and we have certain people that they kind of like celebrate it. There's people that celebrate going to prison.
It's really bad. Like, I just think it's really bad and really sad that for some people, like, that's the best thing for them.
Well, because they don't know anything else.
Exactly. They haven't been taught, like, hey, there's other things that you can do. Like, in this show I was watching, like, with the women's prison, they can go take, like, cosmetology courses, or they can go learn, how to cut meat and stuff like that. So, like, that's things that gives them career paths outside of prison. If they're not learning something that's a minimum wage job, a minimum wage skill, nobody's going to hire them because of it. There's a lot of people that probably could be fucking nurses and doctors that are in prison right now. And they'll never, ever get a chance to go past that. There's a thing called a first offender, and that's what I fell under. I fell under my first offender when I was 18, and when I got my DUI and all that stuff. And I was lucky enough that when I came out of that situation, that my first offender was still there. Now, it got revoked because of the second dumb thing I did. And so I had it on my record forever. Now, you're talking about a 19-year-old kid that I look back on that applied for every fucking job that he could, but he's 19. All the rest of his friends are in college and all this shit. And you're telling me I've got to fucking go work at the Huddle House. I've got to go work at McDonald's, and that's the best that I can do. And all I want to do is like an honest day's work with an honest paycheck. Yeah. And the legal system does not give a fuck about that. If they cared and they didn't want these people just reoffending, they would actually help you right off the bat and say, hey, look, instead of us completely fucking up the rest of your life, let's make a change. Yeah. Let's push you in this direction. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say like everybody.
Oh no, you got
bad
apples.
You have bad apples in every bunch. Yeah. I mean, you have good cops, you have bad cops, you have good other law enforcement. You have bad law enforcement.
I am
but it's
super
just,
pro law enforcement, but
I
there
am
are
too.
some assholes out there that do not need to be cops.
There is, because a lot of people let it go to their heads.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I mean, but that's with any job. Anybody who
and
is
then see
in
people, you have
a
all
place
these,
of authority.
you have all these folks that really, really, really want to be like defund the police and fuck all
I do
this
not
shit.
believe that any police who has killed someone, they didn't wake up and say, "Hey, I'm going to go kill somebody."
I think some of them look for an opportunity.
Yeah.
I think I know me. I know
Yeah.
I could never be a police officer.
I mean, I know if
know-
I was in that situation, I wouldn't wake up and be like, "Oh, I'm going to go kill someone today."
Well, and
but
I think some of them.
I've never been in this
looking-
situation.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah.
But I know why I shouldn't be a police officer right off the bat.
I have a bad attitude. I have a temper.
Exactly. I know that there's no
Yeah.
reason in the world for me to be law enforcement.
I have a temper.
And
I'll
I know what
admit
I would
that.
do if you wasn't listening. I know,
Yeah.
but also, if I believe, if I was vetted the way that I should be, and
Mm-hmm.
took mental exams and everything that most of our police officers have, or all of them have to do,
Yeah.
that they would say, "Sir, you're unfit,"
Oh,
and
yeah.
they would be 100% right for me not
They look
to be
at
in
me,
that fucking position.
They'd be like, "You got too much of your
Yeah,
daddy
but-
and you." Like,
but
no, you ain't
some-
getting behind this job.
Yeah, but some people, they fake it all the
Yeah.
way through the process, and then they get in a position to where, one, they're probably scared. I think some of these shootings and some of this bullshit happens
Yeah.
is because that person is scared.
Oh yeah.
I really, really do, and I think that they're figuring for their life, which they should. I will always be for a police officer saying to themselves, I'm making sure I'm coming back home to my family tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always going to be that. If it's put between you and a criminal, blast their ass if you got to. But I also don't understand. This is where I get like kind of thrown off with all of it. Is I know if someone breaks into my office or breaks into my house, if you have a firearm, I know where I'm putting the bullet.
Oh yeah.
If you do not have a firearm, I know where I'm putting the bullet. I'm blowing your fucking knees out.
Exactly.
So and then the law's you're gonna have a pistol hanging over you until police officers get there. But
I believe every right. If someone busts up in your house, you should have the right.
I'm not going to take your life, even if you do. Now, if I see you have a weapon,
I might make you scared.
No, if I see you have a weapon in my house, I'm gonna put one right between your fucking eyes.
Oh no, I'm talking about if they don't have.
If they don't
I'll
have,
scare you a little bit.
no.
Like,
You're gonna get told to get out of my house, and if you even show any hostility whatsoever, I'm blowing your kneecaps out.
Yeah.
And I feel like with some police officers that if you are scared, but you know that person is unarmed, instead of putting one through their fucking heart, which they're trained to in those situations where to aim. So it's not that they're just doing it whatever. That's their. But with me, I would almost think that there'd be some, because even like the special forces guys that I know, they know where the fuck they're putting a bullet in a heartbeat.
oh yeah.
A lot of people say defund the police, but I'll use this example that I heard. If you are in a school system and your students are all failing, do you take money away from that school system and take teachers away from that school system?
Or do you put more into it? Exactly.
So that's my thing, is if everybody is upset with our police officers and all that stuff, why not help raise more money for better training?
Exactly.
And all this stuff, because but there's still, even in that aspect, there's still going to be some bad fucking people that end up getting to wear that badge.
There's bad apples in every
bunch. And there
bunch.
is nobody that hates a bad police officer worse than a good one.
Yeah.
That is one thing that I have heard constantly.
See, and one thing,
all of the police officers I'm buddies with, is they cannot stand these sons of bitches.
Yeah, I don't believe you should judge a whole group of people just by one person you met in that.
Well, there's been
in that field, because, like I said, there's bad apples in every bunch.
There's been many instances, though. That's where
you can't just write off a whole group of people just by one person.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't. But there's been so many instances where police brutality was unwarranted. There has been a whole lot more where it was fucking warranted.
Yeah.
And that needed to happen. But there is some, but that what was unwarranted is so small. But still, every one of those lives mattered.
Yeah.
It should have been addressed in a different way. Unless they were attacking the police officer or they were threatening the police officer, then that person needs to be put down. I don't care. I don't care who it is. Those people are getting paid to do a job.
If anybody is attacked, you should have the right to take up for yourself.
You should.
I mean,
if you,
because if the roles were reversed for, I mean, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what you look like, I don't care what color. I mean, if someone's attacking you, you would want to be able to take up for yourself.
Yes. I don't think in my life I've ever been in a fight with anybody that wasn't Caucasian, that didn't look just like me. That I've never had a run-in with someone.
Because, like, I love everybody.
Different.
I love everybody of every
literally
color.
hate everyone equally.
Well.
But I don't like people.
To each their own.
I don't. I like my people.
Yeah.
The people that are my people, I am there for.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but like I said, I'm not going to judge one
Yeah.
group of people just about one person.
And it's really hard to do that. But
yeah.
no, there's so much with that and the police. I will always support our police officers, our military.
Yes.
The only message I will say to anybody out here who does it, if you think you can do a better job, go put the badge on. Go to training, sign up for the military, make a difference from within. I've got into several arguments with people that oppose our military and our law enforcement.
I mean, none of us know what we would do in the situation.
That's the thing. Unless you've been in that situation, unless you have been in that situation, you can't talk about it.
You don't know how you would react. You don't know how you would take it.
I know that. I can tell you this though, all the protesters and stuff that we seen on the highways and all this kind of stuff. As soon as stuff gets rocky, they always holler to call police.
Yep.
And so in my mind,
if you do find the police, who are you gonna call?
Exactly.
Ghostbusters? What are you gonna do?
Exactly. So it's like you know that there needs to be somebody there.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't think that person's doing a good enough job, by all means, go do their job. Go do it for them. Like, sign up, get the training, and then you become a police officer and you get put in that position. But that's just how I feel. Kori, tell them again where they can find you on social media. Thank you for coming to the show.
Oh, well, thank you
really
so much
surprised
for having me.
I really don't think you're that bitchy anymore.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Y'all be sure to go follow me on Instagram. It's KORISPRES Music. Also on Facebook, you can just type that in and it'll pull it right up. So y'all can find me on Spotify and iTunes. I just go by Kori on there. So,
and I'm giving her my seal of approval, folks. She's not a complete bitch.
Bam.
Very talented. Look her up. Thank y'all for listening to Politics, Religion, and Whiskey, the Josh Terry Podcast. We'll catch you next time.